Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here, and today we're taking a look at War Thunder. Now, a lot of you have asked me many times to do stuff on War Thunder, and so I finally decided to do it. So this right here is what they're calling a pre-beta for War Thunder Naval Forces. So yes, ships are finally being added to War Thunder. And first things first, this game is gorgeous. It really is. So this current version of the naval battles features one ship per nation. So here I've got an American torpedo boat, which I believe is used mainly in the Pacific theater, but I could be wrong about that. My ship knowledge is not the best. And later I take a look at the Kriegsmarine offering that is pretty much the equivalent of that. So of course most people will likely be comparing this to World of Warships, and unlike the rest of War Thunder, that's actually a pretty close comparison. The title from Wargaming is definitely more arcadey than War Thunder Naval Forces, but the controls are definitely very similar. But the physics in War Thunder are definitely more realistic. If you've played any amount of tanks gameplay in War Thunder so far, you might have a pretty good idea of how this all works. So things like steering really hard can cut your speed significantly, and you'll even notice the resistance of the water pushing the ship over when you turn. It's also possible to run aground, as I do here with the German torpedo boats, and while this might be annoying for some people, it provides a far more realistic game setting. Ramming is also a pretty valid tactic here, since ships can be pushed over and even completely capsized. As you see here, after running aground, someone takes the opportunity to ram the side of my boat, and it completely rolls over. So, capsizing appears to be possible, but I'll need to test this more to be sure. The guns also work in a similar way to World of Warships, as guns will only fire if they're pointing in the direction where you're aiming. Since not every gun can aim in every direction, you'll need to think about how you face the enemy as you would in actual naval combat to ensure that you've got the guns aiming where you need them. Penetration mechanics and damage work the same way they do in War Thunder Ground Forces, so there's no health bars or anything like that here. One thing that is interesting is how similar the current game mode seems to work compared to the Ground Forces side of things. There are capture zones and there are also aircraft, however you appear to be able to spawn as aircraft and not just ships. The aircraft I had available were nation-specific dive bombers, so I flew a Ju-87 Stuka and an SBD Dauntless. And the basic idea is that you attack from the air and try to take out the ships. The small torpedo boats are equipped with AA guns though for the most part, so they are more than capable of defending themselves. The last thing I want to talk about are torpedoes. Since the ships we're playing with here are torpedo boats, I'm definitely not leaving that part out. Torpedoes are controlled just like bombs from aircraft. Holding the fire button down activates the aiming lines for the torpedoes, and when they turn green, it means that the ship is on course to collide with the torpedo. While it's not a guarantee of a hit, the torpedo doesn't appear to be able to fire without one of the aiming lines turning green. Which then of course means that a bit more preparation and maneuvering is necessary to make use of them. That said, the torpedoes certainly aren't lacking in devastating effect. Against these torpedo boats, a single hit can be fatal. But it will be interesting to see what happens when larger, more powerful ships are added to the game. Overall, this looks like it might be quite promising, and I'm keen to see where this goes. It's a lot of fun to play, but bear in mind that everything you've seen in this video is pre-beta and definitely subject to change. But let me know what you guys think. Is this setting up to be a proper competitor to World of Warships, or will it simply flounder? And do you want to see more War Thunder content on the channel? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.